Welcome everybody to my first tutorial. This is going to be on how to make a PMV. First off, let's make a main composition. Well, this is basics on how to make a PMV. I'm not going to show you how to make a whole PMV, of course, but you can piece this together for what you want. First off, you'd make a main composition. Then what you do is you find the song you want. Let's try Be Undergarden. I have a few glaze pictures. Then what you do is you're going to make your OC in the OC creator that you need. You can get a code from whoever you want to make it from. Then you get the face you want. You go to Export High Res. Give it a second to load. And you see I already got a bunch of things. I name them by numbers. It's very unorganized, but I memorize what each number is. Like you do 7.png. And like what you do is you'd find one face for that 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 one face for anything that you need, really. You can export with the Cutie Mark on the picture right away, but I do not like doing that. I usually manually add it. This will teach you how to animate like BronyDanceParty. He does it the exact same way, but no. He taught me, so that's how I adopted that. So first off, in the main track, insert the music soundtrack. Then what you might want to do is right-click, new folder, Glade, name it whoever you're working with, and open it up. Or, well, make another folder, name it Pose 1. It'll be like for open eyes. Then double-click that to get to the thing. Go to wherever you saved the magical pictures of your pony. And yada yada yada. Where is Glaze? There he is. There's his Cutie Mark. You might want to get that. And here's his poses. Now, let's insert to that to pose. I'm going to need some closed eye pictures, I think. Yep. So let's find the normal mouth. Export. Give it a second. 1b.png. B stands for blink. You can name it anything you want, but I prefer this because I remember everything in it. Looks like I was showing you guys wrong. I forgot to make his eyes closed. So just in case you guys ever got that mixed up, so let's get closed eye. Ew, ew. Oh. Just find whatever you think looks nice. And I'll have to save over these. 1b.png. Yes, and I'm going to pause it while I save over all these. Once you have all your magical blinkings imported, let's get them out. Control, 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 control. Open. Pose, insert them with that, and that should give you an idea of your poses. Then what you might want to do is memorize, unless you name them, which I used to do that, but it drove me insane. So it would be really good to adopt the number system. What you'll do is you'll make a new composition. Name it Glaze, or whoever. Gosh, gotta get out of that. Then go to your main one and insert that there. Right above the music layer. And then go to the Glaze one, insert another music. But go back to the main one, you mute the audio track, because it will drive you insane listening to it, do audio. Trust me. Then insert one PNG or whatever you named it. Hold control when resizing it, and then size it what you want. It doesn't have to be where you want it on the screen. That's what compositions are for. In a few seconds I'll have a StarCraft thingy pop up because I messed up. Then go open this little arrow, open that again. Copy the transform by Control-C. Insert 1B over that, honestly. I'm going to keep it to where he starts like that. Where his eyes are shut. And what you will do is, where will the talking begin? Let's find out. Hold up. I have an idea. Let's make this 1 minute long. You might want to do that to the main one. So it looks like I had it on 1 second on accident. How funny. Let's find out where the actual voices kick in. And you might want to reset those because they'll be dumb. Okay, this is where it gets complicated. You're going to want to get really close to the timeline. where you can like see frame. And let's go to 14 seconds exact when he opens his eyes up. What you'll do is the Alt bracket for that. Oopsies, wrong one. For that, Alt bracket for that, and then drag that one back. This is the bracket button. Closes on the left, right, closes on the left. For timeline, of course. Then, let's find out where he starts talking. You do this by syllable. So every syllable you'll make a new picture. And remember to keep pasting that transformation. And keep them between 2 to 3 frames for every facial expression. I'm going to pause it while I sync all this audio. This will take a while. This is very tedious. After about 10 minutes of making these special vocals, I have it. 32 layers for a simple, you try your best, but it's not quite there. Let's look at it. Let's cut the video off right there for him talking. Now, where is he? Let's find him. Let's extend this a little bit. Okay, what you're going to do next is puppet tool him. Grab the puppet tool, which is like a little pin mark. Put one in his eye, one in his chest, one in his flank, one in his hoof, one in his other hoof. But before we get to doing that, I just remembered I forgot to put his cutie mark on. So scroll all the way up in the top of these layers, get the cutie mark of whoever you're working with, and insert it. If you notice, he's a Pegasi, so his wing's in the way. So what you're going to do is you're going to shrink this down to the size you need it for any pony. Put it where his cutie mark should be. And as you see, it's going in his wing. So what you do is you make that invisible. And you'd get a stray mark way out here with your pen tool, where you know your cutie mark isn't at to mess it up. What you do is you'll just follow along his wing. Or her wing, whoever you're messing with. Just try to keep, the smaller the lines in between, the more accurate it would be. You don't really have to be perfectly accurate going around the mark. You just need the mark itself to... As you can see, now it looks like his mark is messed up. Let's move that a little bit. You can easily edit it, like I'm holding Control to edit. See, now it looks like his mark is perfectly uncentered. It looks like I didn't even insert it. Now let's check this out. Okay, now go back to the main, go back to the puppet tool, and find where your glaze is. Something's wrong. There he is. You can either hold Control and bob his head back and forth, like that, which would make something like this. Give it a second. You can press 0 on the number pad or something to render. And what I would usually do actually is go to this, Control C, Control paste. I didn't mean to paste those. Paste. 1, 2. Control C all these, paste. Control C all these, paste. Now look. It takes a long time to load these puppet tools. I'm going to pause during the render. You may notice sometimes the thing gets a little glitchy, so what you do is expand it to like 5 or something. Mesh expansion, and then his tail was like glitching earlier, so now it's fixed. See, now let's minimize this to what we're working with. And now let's add some special effects. Minimize glaze, right click, solid, get a black background so you know what you're working with. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to bring the glaze composition or whoever you're working with way over here. think I'm gonna... No. And then you'll move glaze like way up here. Open them back up. Close the effects. Go to transform. Keyframe, position, scale. Okay, now where does this end? There. Keyframe them again. And then move them a little bit lower like this. And then shrink him. Let's change the occupancy to where he fades 100% in at 2 seconds. And at this time, at 18, he's at 100 to 0. Okay. This is what it should look like. Now let's try to spunk this out. Let's add a waveform. Let's name that wave, type in wave here, audio waveform. Let's put it on my wave. Wave, wob, wob, wave, wob, wob. Let's find some colors Glaze would be proud of. His hair. Try that. Let's increase the thickness. It'll look a lot cooler. Maximum height. Let's put the parent on that. And let's move it behind Glaze. It just doesn't seem right to have it in front of him. Now, you should have a working waveform. Let's spunk it out a little bit more and get his green spunk, is what I'll call it, spunky. And then what you'll do is you'll pen tool this from here to here to here to here to here. And what you'll do is you'll open the pen tool, go to the masks, go to the mask again, and then feather it out. Here's what we're going to do. 0, it'll be occupancy at 0. 2, it'll be 100. Or whatever this is at. And make it focus a lot more on that green line. See? Pretty amazing how fast you can get these things done. Now, let me think. In the end, you should end up with some project that looks a lot like this. You wouldn't have these little wave explosions in the background. That's a little custom thing that I made that I don't like. It deals a lot with spectrums and everything, but it's really hard to generate. But you should have everything but those backgrounds, but you should come out with something really nice looking like this. But that's pretty much the basics on making a PMV. The motion moving, the syncing the lyrics, you've got to remember to make them blink. I didn't make them blink that much. I have a problem with that. You have to try to always keep things in motion. Don't make scenes too long, and I've made that mistake many times in the past.